Listen, I will forever be against baby mama culture as a young Black American woman because that disease is something that affects my community the most. And for those of you who like to come into my comments and believe that marriage does not matter, I swear to God, I really want y'all to just run into a brick wall super fast and just pass out. Y'all make me sick. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. You cannot sit here and tell me that marriage doesn't matter or marriage doesn't have an effect when 75% of Black children are raised in single parent households. Oh, I'm sorry, fatherless homes. Let's just call it what it is. And 1 out of 4 Black women are only to get married. That is a big problem because what affects you the most, more than race, more than economic class, more than education, is whether or not there is a father present in the household. I don't know why that is so hard for y'all to comprehend, but it matters. And as a woman with no children, the best gift that I can give my kids is a father who actually wanted them, is a father who was legally committed to their mother, in the household, present, raising our children together under one roof. There is nothing cute about giving a man a child who didn't think that you were good enough to give a ring to. And for those of you who still like to believe that marriage is just a piece of paper, marriage doesn't matter, I'm going to end that conversation today. Do you all remember the movie Diary of a Mad Black Woman? And when Charles got shot and he was god awful to his wife Helen, but he was with the mistress, and when he got shot, the mistress wanted to cut off Charles' life support, but Helen wanted to save him. And she had the right to do that because she was legally his wife. So that just goes to show when real life issues occur, nobody is looking for anybody but the wife. His wife is the only person who can make those type of calls. Not the baby mama, not the longtime girlfriend, not the mistress, his wife. The person that he got down on one knee to, the person that he went to the altar in front of God and the community and vowed his life to, is the person who was only allowed to handle his affairs. Period. The wife is the only one who gets acknowledged. If you want to be on this man's obituary known as his special friend, that's your business. You want to be the only one in the household who has the same last name, but you're the outsider, that's your business. But I am here. I will forever keep my foot on you all's necks as Black American women. Make these men commit to you. Our community relies on it.
So I was actually sent this video in my Instagram DM by one of my subscribers. It's actually a woman subscriber. Her name is Shay. So shout out to you, Shay, for sending this to me. She asked me to do, a reaction to it and talk about it. And the reason why I love this, I never watched the video until just now. But the reason why I absolutely love this is because this is a Black woman talking to other Black women saying, y'all got to stop the foolishness because I'm not trying to be down with the get down. Okay? We need to look at the bigger picture and see what it really is. Why is it that other cultures don't have this situation? Why is it that other races don't have this situation? Why is it that we are putting ourselves in these predicaments? At some point, we got to take accountability. So she said too much stuff. So I can't answer everything that she said right now. I'm going to have to press play and we're going to break it down.
Listen, I will forever be against baby mama culture as a young Black American woman because that disease is something that affects my community the most. And for those of you who like to come into my comments and believe that marriage does not matter, I swear to God, I really want y'all to just run into a brick wall super fast and just pass out. Y'all make me sick. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. You cannot sit here and tell me that marriage doesn't matter or marriage doesn't have an effect when 75% of Black children are raised in single parent households. Oh, I'm sorry, fatherless homes. Let's just call it what it is. And 1 out of 4 Black women are only to get married. That is a big problem because what affects you the most, more than race, more than economic class, more than education, is whether or not there is a father present in the household. I don't know why that is so hard for y'all to comprehend, but it matters. And
the reason why, and this is why we have these conversations, right? Especially when it comes to getting men and women on the same accord. And the reason why the conversation is always talked about to women is because women have taken it and ran with it, right? Women have taken the separation and have gone really far with it. Not only do they feel like the man does not matter and they personally don't need that man, but also if they have children with that man, they will raise that child to think that men don't matter also. So that's going to perpetuate the same exact cycle, right? So not only is she saying that she don't need a man, she's teaching her son that you are unworthy. And she's teaching her daughter, don't rely on any man, don't do this, don't do that, do everything by yourself. Stress yourself out. Take the burden out on yourself. Go into a masculine role that is not of your nature and live your life according to stress, according to no sleep, according to aggression and all the traits that a man, because you have to now become the woman and the man. That's what she's teaching. So in Xing out the man from their lives, they're also Xing out the father from their children's life. And not because your daddy wasn't around doesn't mean that your kids don't deserve to have a relationship with theirs. Let's be real.
A woman with no children, the best gift that I can give my kids is a father who actually wanted them.
Can we listen? Can we give it up for this? Can we give a round of applause for her saying a father who actually wanted them? Do you know how many children are going through trials, stress, drama, feeling like they're unwanted, feeling like they don't know where they come from and who they are? They don't know how to find their place in this world simply because their mother decided to make a decision to try to keep a man who didn't want her around? Women who try to make the man or force the marriage or force the relationship because they pop up and say, oh, I'm pregnant. And he said he didn't want anything to do with the child or her to begin with before that even happened. And she tried to do the little trapperoo. Who's benefiting from that? It's not going to work out for you. Because some men are going to try to, quote unquote, step up to the plate and step up for their responsibilities. But it's only going to last a short while if he don't want you. You can't force a man. You cannot force a man to be with you if he does not want to be. Simple as that. And a lot of women put themselves in this predicament. And again, they're not thinking of the outcomes for their children because they don't care about that. They care about themselves, their own feelings, their own wants, their own desires. They don't care who else is being harmed.
As a father who was legally committed to their mother, in the household, present, raising our children together under one roof, there is nothing cute about giving a man a child who didn't think that you were good enough to give a ring to. And for those of you who still like to believe that marriage is just a piece of paper, marriage doesn't matter, I'm going to end that conversation today. Do you all remember the movie?
So it's so interesting because there was a video that I did a reaction to. And a woman was saying marriage is not just a piece of paper. Stop trying to say that and stop trying to this and stop that. And I said in that video, I was like, it is just a piece of paper. But a lot of people took that one piece and they didn't listen to the context that I gave in that conversation. So I was glad when I heard her say this so that I can also give my 2 cents. Marriage is a document. It is a piece of paper that 2 people sign. But the commitment does not start when you sign that piece of paper. The commitment and the relationship and the bond between the 2 of you has to be there before that piece of paper is signed. Well before that. A lot of people get in, they just rush to get that piece of paper, sign it, and then they're trying to figure out who they're in a relationship with. Then they're trying to figure out the bond. Then they're trying to figure out, well, who are you? Well, what are your morals? Well, how many kids do you want? Well, how many kids do you want? Well, how do you want to raise them? After the commitment is already signed. After the document is already signed. The contract. The connection. The bond. The union starts before you get to that part. That's what I'm saying when I say that marriage is just a piece of paper. A lot of people want the wedding. They want to walk down the aisle and show off on their friends and on their family members, sign that contract, but they have no idea what marriage entails. They're not ready for it. They're not mature enough for it. Because marriage takes maturity. Because there's a lot of things that's going to happen that you might not like. Are you mature enough to stand 10 toes down in the paint? Of course, we know that there are situations that will deem two people to not be together. We talk about harming, of course, fidelity for some, because that's not the end all be all for a lot of people. Let's just be clear. They just try to fit into society, but if worse comes to worse, they would still stay. I'm just saying. There's a lot of different situations. But if we want to be real, the document itself is just a piece of paper. Anybody can sign those two pieces of paper. Anybody. Strangers can sign that piece of paper and be legally married to each other and don't know each other at all and live separate lives. But in the system, they're considered married. So you have to think of it in that context. It's bigger than that. I think that the union and the bond is way bigger than that piece of paper. The piece of paper is just letting other people know what the two of you have already solidified. So I wanted to clear that up right there.
Of a mad black woman, and when Charles got shot, and he was god awful to his wife Helen, but he was with the mistress, and when he got shot, the mistress wanted to cut off Charles' life support, but Helen wanted to save him. And she had the right to do that because she was legally his wife. So that just goes to show when real life issues occur, nobody is looking for anybody but the wife.
So this part, what she's saying, it is true, but it's also kind of not true. Only because in certain states, common law is a thing, and there's certain situations that happen that, protect people who either live together, have the same address, have been together for a long time. I'm not saying that's the majority of the states, but I know in a lot of places that is something that's valid, okay? I'm just clarifying because I know that to be true. But what she's saying is not a lie. It's not a lie. You won't have a say in nothing. Whatever, if you are with this man and you have children with this man and his name is on the lease or on the mortgage or whatever and your name is not on that, do you know how many loops you're going to have to jump through to figure out where it is that you're going to stay? You don't have any entitlement. You don't have any commitment. A lot of women will be in a relationship and say, oh, well, I don't know if he's my husband. I don't know if I want to be with him forever. And then they get pregnant. And they keep the baby. Oh, because if we don't want to be together, then we could just co-parent. Or I could do this by myself anyway. Hello? How about breaking the mold? How about breaking the cycle? How about vetting the person properly? It doesn't mean it's foolproof. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to stay together forever just because, again, they signed a piece of paper. But how about trying to do things the right way? A lot of people not even trying. They look at this lady like, oh, she thinks she better than everybody. She don't understand real life. She don't know what she talking about. So what? A baby is this and a baby is that. How about breaking the cycle? How about being the change? I love what she had to say. I love what she had to say. I would love to know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and of course, share your opinions down below. I will see you guys in the next video.